You're listening to Feta Sports on the VSiN Podcast Network.
Hello, folks. Hello from Reno, Nevada. Welcome to the Feta Sports Podcast. Okay, I was 0-3, but I finally won one. I love the Chargers. I bet a lot of money, so I'm now all the way up to 1-3. Not so good. Fade us. Cantu, where are you?
I'm in Las Vegas. I'm at this pool house. This big pool outside. That's where I am.
Back in a Las Vegas pool house. And Mikey, you're obviously with that. I know you're at home in Las Vegas. And Woodley, are you in New Jersey at home?
I am.
Okay. All right, Woodley. Great slate this week in the NFL. What is your rant?
My rant is everything fucking sucks right now. Starting off with JJ McCarthy. He gave us a glimpse. He had one good quarter and 7 awful quarters. And, now for the second time in 2.5 games, he's now injured because he's made glass. The Vikings can have nothing good. I'm used to it. But more importantly, who is really garbage right now is Travis Kelce, who lost them single-handedly the second game of the row, going in for a game-winning touchdown. What do you do this time? A bobble, interception, throws up his hands, all that. I mean, just, dude, the Kelce's just, we say it every week, but it gets worse and worse. I mean, what's he going to do like this week? I mean, I think this week they play a terrible team, and they'll probably be up by 6 with like 2 seconds to go, and he'll probably fumble it and give it right back to the team, and they'll run it back. So the Kelce's done. The Vikings done. JJ McCarthy,
I told you the Vikings were going to lose outright. I told you.
Already looking forward to next year.
I did tell us.
All right, now, hey, Cantu, listen, we have to talk about the Kelce verse for a minute. I love the Kelce verse. I'm a fan. There was a pretty ugly drop there, but Taylor Swift's the biggest star in the world. Cantu.
Yeah, I mean, she is the biggest star in the world, but really, it really is about that drop. Travis Kelce, you could argue, cost them that game against the Eagles, and it was that drop. It was just the drop. I don't have anything more to say. He catches that ball. We probably got a Chiefs win. Instead, it's on Taylor Swift. It's on the Kelce.
What about her coming into the stadium and having the moving billboard that covered her? I mean, could you be any more of a fucking diva? It's actually insane, how much they want us to hate them at this point. It's almost like scripted that they're the bad guys.
And also, did you guys see that she has the bulletproof glass in front? She has imported bulletproof glass. I found that kind of interesting. So she's a little fearful these days.
Oh my!
Well,
it makes sense.
After what's been going on in the world,
Mike, we're going to come to you for your rant. Let's not go to politics, please. What's your rant?
My rant? Well, I'm going to start off my rant against Brandon Cantu. This guy doesn't even know what he's watching. He doesn't know what town he's in. We're watching the Chargers game last night, and he's in our text feed going, I'm betting more, Raiders and over. And I'm texting, what are you watching? I'm like, this. I have not made a live bet all year, but I just live bet the Chargers plus 6.5 and the under. And sure enough, he keeps putting in our feed, I'm betting more on the over. And I'm like, what are you watching? It's no wonder why you lose at sports. And I ended up with my first live bet all year where I bet the Chargers and the under at halftime 23 for 500. So I bet 1,000 and 500. But it's mind-boggling to me that what are you watching?
Can't you defend yourself and then come straight into the rant if you can?
Well, here's the thing. I actually had to get out of the text stream. I was so angry. It was 10-6. It's late second quarter. The Chargers have the ball. It's a 10-6. It's a real good game at this point, but late second. And Mike goes, oh, well, if the Chargers get a field goal here and then they receive the ball in the second to start the second half, and that's game over. And I'm like, just shut up.
And it was
no idea what you're talking about. A field goal in the ball.
You can't say I have no idea what I'm talking about when everything I said came to fruition. They got the touchdown. And
Well, that's
they got
not
the
what
ball
he said.
first,
They got a touchdown.
and they got a field goal,
Yeah.
and the game was over. And they couldn't.
Mike,
for some reason,
Mike, we're in this.
They can move the ball. They couldn't get a yard.
Well, Mike, we're in this.
And Geno sucked.
Mike, we're in this. Mike, we're in this pool together where we keep track of 20 picks, and I was just wondering how many of you won out of 20.
What does it matter?
It matters of what are you watching? Like, I wanna-
You really want to go that I'm 8-12 and I had Arizona. Oh, they somehow lost the last possession. Oh, I had the Jags. They led the whole game. Oh, I had Houston. They lost somehow because the coach is an idiot. So there's 3 of my losses, but I just want them to break even.
Mike, we're going to come to you in a minute, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike,
He's
I just
109 out of 117 as usual.
Mm-hmm.
109 out of
Yeah, let's take
117.
a look at that, folks.
Bottom 8.
It's
You want
impossible
to
for
rip on
Mike.
me, but you want to rip on me, but who's
No, Mike. What I want? No, Mike. What I wasn't expecting you to go on for like 3 minutes about every game you lost. All I wanted to say was you just told Cantu everything you say is right, and I just started laughing to myself. Now, Cantu, give us your rant.
It's funny because me and Woodley didn't plan our rants roundabout. It's kind of the same rant, but a little different. Mine is about another man's trash is another man's treasure. Sam Darnold. What can we say about him? A little bargain bin quarterback, $30 million.
$30 million
Discarded him. His Vikings discarded him like nothing. He goes 14-3. They just weren't happy. It wasn't enough wins over there. But over here in Seattle, we are seeing some very nice things from Sam Darnold. We started out nice 1-1 as we're about to go into the easy part of our schedule. He looks real nice. He's a $30 million quarterback. Phil didn't want him over there in San Francisco. Woodley didn't want him over there. And another guy in our text stream had him at the Panthers as his favorite team. Nobody wants
Justin Fields looked good against the Steelers.
We're going to take 11 or 12 wins.
That makes everyone look great.
We're going to take 11 or 12 wins, and we're happy with Darnold. I'm sorry that Woodley's now going to only win 6 or 7 games. He is stuck with JJ McCarthy until they draft another quarterback. He is garbage.
All right, guys. I am not going to give a rant this week. I'm up here in Reno filming Helmuth's home game. If I would rant, it would be about like how I lost every hand today, but that's not really fair for someone who's won so much money.
How much did you lose, Phil?
I only lost 21,000. I won 10,000 yesterday, and my son won 7 or 8 yesterday. It's not about the money. I think it's a little bit frustrating. I will say that Helmuth's home game does have 1 million minutes viewed per day. It's incredible on YouTube. It's the hottest show on Toker by 10x. YouTube. All right, let's move on. Mike the Mouth Matisow, 4 times World Series of Poker winner. Matisow, and watches more games than all of us combined. Brandon Cantu is a 2-time World Series poker winner and an avid sports bettor. Cantu sometimes bets his entire net worth on one game. Cantu, pretty sharp guy, though. David Woodley started Speed Survivor. Ooh, we just hired a new CEO. I brought Nick in. Give me a little credit there. SpeedSurvivor.com. Our guy Woodley has great knowledge and sharp takes. Folks, we gave you 3 of our 4 rants. Well, I guess me losing a little at poker today is kind of a weak-ass rant, but check. Now we're going to give you our 8 picks, starting with our number 1 picks. David Woodley, what is your number 1 NFL pick of the week against the spread?
Well, it went a little pear-shaped last week, but fortunately we got the trash JJ McCarthy out of the picture, and we're going to former Super Bowl winner Carson Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings -3.
No, you're not choosing the Vikings again.
Versus the Bengals. Listen, the Bengals are awful, and even Mike might go against this, but Mike will tell you the Bengals are complete dog shit. Terrible team, and they're missing. They're missing their quarterback. Browning's terrible. He had like 4 interceptions. The defense is trash. The Vikings are at home. They're kind of it's weird to be like they're in a must win. They're kind of in a must win. Suddenly at home. This is a team that had 14 wins last year. even with a rookie quarterback, the goal was to make the playoffs. You know, they traded away a 5th and a 4th for Adam Thielen. If there's one thing that Kevin O'Connell has done, it's taken once heralded quarterbacks that have fallen off and made them good again. So, you know, he did it with Kirk was always good, but he gave Kirk his best year and made him a lot of money.
Wait, you're saying he's going to turn Carson Wentz into a winner?
Yeah, I mean,
He can't fix his knee.
Remember,
He can't fix his knee, bro.
Carson Wentz was almost an MVP that year. Like, everyone forgets this. So I think
Or he tore his knee.
How many years ago?
26 years ago.
he has it in him. I mean, Sam Darnold was
That's 8 years ago.
Sam Darnold was drafted like 8 years ago too, and never did anything until KFC got a hold of him. But the thing is, the Vikings have a lot of weapons, man. I mean, you know, they got Jefferson, all this. The O line will be healthier than it was last week. I mean, as bad as McCarthy was, the big problem was injuries, offensive line injuries, and then eventually McCarthy. But yeah, give me the Vikings because the Bengals. I'm kind of joking about the Vikings. They're in big trouble, but the Bengals are terrible.
I got to go next on this. I hate Carson Wentz. I don't know why I hate him so much. He's never done anything personally to me. He's never like, you know, it's not like Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers cost me in my marriage, and I still like him more than Carson Wentz. I don't want to get into that. I put my marriage on the line one week.
You losing $3 million in one night had nothing to do with it?
No, well, I don't want to get into that, Mike. I want to focus on Carson Wentz. He repulses me, and I don't know if it's how he looks, how he plays. I don't know what it is. I can't stand Carson Wentz to my core. And I just found out he was still in the league just like this last week, and it actually upset me because I was really excited about JJ McCarthy getting hurt, and then I realized Carson Wentz. I actually don't mind Browning. Browning is a nice quarterback. I've watched him since the University of Washington days. He's had a lot of work. He does throw the accidental interceptions here and there, but he'll get us 300 yards, especially with that offense. And I like the Bengals, and oh man, Carson Wentz really upsets me.
At the occasional pick, how many did he just throw the other day?
2, I think. I mean, he got us 300 yards, and I like Browning.
I mean,
the Cincinnati defense.
Yards. He threw 240 yards, and he threw 3 interceptions. That's like, come on.
Where's the game, Woodley?
Minnesota.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to lay the 3 points on this game, but I was really disappointed in Minnesota's performance last week.
Yeah,
and I do still believe in that defense because it's a week-to-week league. Mike, who are you going with?
Well, you know how I rip on Woodley all the time. I told him last week Atlanta was going to beat them outright, and it wasn't going to be close, and I was right. But with that said, I like this Viking pick this week. Why? And there's many reasons why. First of all, Cincinnati Bengals are the worst 2-0 team in the NFL, beside the Eagles. They're second worst. And their defense is awful. The Bengals had 7 yards of offense in week 1 versus the Browns. Okay.
In the
second half. Now, last week, that defense was back to normal, giving up 27. Should have been, they were going up and down the field. I don't even know how I lost this Jags pick in my pick'em league, but somehow I did. And yeah, listen, last year they were the unluckiest team and they lost a lot of games. Now they're 2-0. They should be 0-2. They're going on the road with I know they both have backup quarterbacks, but Carson Wentz, he's serviceable. Woodley's right. This is a must-win game early in the year for the Vikings. Cincinnati's 2-0, and if they were to lose, they'd be 2-1, and the best the Ravens could be is 2-1, and they have Detroit this week. I don't know. I like
tough times ahead. Tough times ahead for both these teams. I don't see either making
for the Bengals is real tough times ahead.
And I need to go to therapy. I got to figure out the root of why I hate Carson Wentz so much, because I don't actually know why. I'm going to think.
He was so good until he tore his knee up. Because Carson Wentz what made him a great quarterback was his legs.
He was never good.
He was the MVP front runner in the year they won the Super Bowl. What are you talking about, Cantu? Once again,
you mean the one where Nick Foles You mean
Yeah, that one.
Foles won?
Yeah, he was going to win the
That's how good that
MVP.
team was that Nick Foles took over and won a Super Bowl.
Cantu, I can't believe Philip Rivers cost you your marriage. That's a story I want to hear more about at some point. Not right now. And you hate Carson Wentz even more. Cantu, go to therapy. Guys, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Fade Us Sports Podcast, brought to you by our sponsor, Splash Sports. If you don't know Splash, the founders bought Office Football Pool and Run Your Pool, and they're live in 40 states. And download the Splash Sports app, currently sitting at the number 4 spot in the App Store and climbing. You'll find all sorts of contests and bets starting at $5. Thanks again to Splash for sponsoring the Fade Us Podcast. Brandon Cantu, what is your pick of the week?
Cowboys plus 1.5 at the Bears. Now, if you hate defense and you just want to see points, this is the game right here. I just think you want to talk about two just terrible defenses. Neither team can stop anything. I'm going to keep it real basic. I just don't think the Bears can stop the Cowboys going up and down the field. And from the Bears side of the things, I just don't think Caleb Williams is that good. I don't think that the Bears can score at that pace to win a 31-28, 28-24 game. I just don't think they could score enough points. That offense just looks so bad. Give me the Cowboys plus 1.5.
I'm going to agree right now with Cantu's pick. I love it. I think I like exactly what he said. I think Dallas is just going to go up and down field on them. Chicago has shown me nothing, and Caleb Williams has been a mess. Woodley.
I guess. I mean, they're two terrible teams. I will not watch 1 second of this game. The Bears are awful. The Cowboys are awful, but I guess the Cowboys actually have a quarterback that will not melt down every 17 seconds. So, yeah, give me the Cowboys.
That Cowboys offense is for real. I mean, you can say what you want about the defense. The offense, man.
Oh, come on.
Stop it, Cantu. They scored 0 in the second half against the Eagles. Stop.
Well, lightning delay. They all their legs and muscles.
Mikey, what do you think, Mikey?
No part of this game. I think that, again, it's a week-to-week league. Chicago had to face Detroit on the road. Detroit showed that they're still a juggernaut. I don't think the Cowboys are very good. I don't think the Cowboys are. I'm gonna not let you guys have a unanimous pick. I'm gonna take Chicago, but I don't like any part of it really.
Mike, I'll be texting you later to take the other side of that if you will let me. Mike, let's come to you for your number 1 pick.
Okay, my number 1 pick is I got down early on this because as soon as the lines came out, I wanted to see what it was, and it's Indy -3 at Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward looks like a disaster right now. He's a rookie quarterback that's really struggling.
Did you see that pass he threw across his body, Mike? Oh my!
Yeah,
God,
and rule number one of in the NFL, you do not throw a pass across your body. I think Indy's for real. I mean, they scored on every possession except for 2 where they got stopped on 4th down and 1, and those 2 4th down stops is really what kept Denver in the game. Danny Dimes looks like an absolute recreation of a different quarterback. Their running game is incredible. Taylor just went off last week, and I don't see how that this team is not 3 points better than the Titans. I mean, the Titans kept it close. They were one of my picks last week against the Rams. I thought it was a bad spot for the Rams because the Rams had Philly on deck, and the Rams just annihilated them in the second half. And so I laid the 3. Give me the 3 with Indy.
I'm on your side, Mike. I love this pick. And I mean, it's just Indy, like they just look like a completely different team to me. Their offense looks so good. And yeah, I don't even know what happened to Jones. Like he's a different quarterback, and it's almost like Kevin McConnell. Woodley's guy was coaching him. So I love this. Woodley, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, O'Connell fixed some, like he fixed everybody. Again, this is a game I will not watch. I wish you guys would pick games that are actually interesting.
This is a boring game. This is a boring
It's
game.
a terrible game. I will not watch one second of it.
We're trying to make money. We're trying
Give
to
me
make money.
Indy, I
Watch.
guess, because
Okay.
give me Indy because Tennessee is terrible, but I don't know. I mean, give me Indy.
It's a division home game. I know.
You couldn't make me take. You could not make me take the Titans under any scenario. But there's something fishy about it. Just I'll take them, but just I don't know. There's something fishy about it. It's a divisional game. Cam maybe looks better the third game. Daniel Jones, like, is he this great? There's something weird going on, but give me Indy.
Well, wait, Woodley, I want to fire rapid 2 questions at you. Will you watch the Cowboys play the Bears?
I already said no, absolutely not. Not 1 minute, not 1 second ago.
Will you watch Tennessee play Indy?
No, if it comes on the screen
No.
for NFL Red Zone, if it comes on the screen while I'm watching the NFL Red Zone, I will put it on, I don't know, like Teletubbies or something. Just something else. Just,
Cantu, what do you got for us?
I
I'd
probably
pick the 2 worst
This is a
games
really
for people.
boring team. Even though the Colts are 2-0, they're just not an exciting team to watch. It's not. They're not must-see TV. My point was kind of exactly what Woodley said. Is something fishy. Exactly like he said is about this line. I mean, the odds makers are begging you to take Tennessee, and I don't think many people are going to fall for it. Maybe there's some sharp bettors that really love.
They're begging you to take
Titans are
Indy.
doing.
They want you to take Indy because Tennessee's done nothing. They want you to take Indy.
The
because it's
problem-
so easy. It's just a
The
field
line's
goal.
already moved. It's already moved to
My
3.5
second
minus
Phillip
money.
Rivers,
But-
my second Phillip Rivers comment here is Indy's been a really nice team defensively, offensively. They just haven't found a quarterback. Whether it's Anthony Richardson, Phillip Rivers, there's a couple others that they went through. They couldn't get that right quarterback, and somehow Daniel Jones looked nice. This is a very complete team. I mean, you want to talk about playing both sides of the ball well. Great running game. One of the best running backs in football. I like the Colts a lot.
All right, Cantu, are you going to do it? We all agreed on one pick. You gonna tell Danny what to do?
Danny, we got a unanimous pick.
Consensus pick. Post it. Our first consensus pick of the season. By the way, Cantu, we had a consensus pick last week. Okay.
And it won.
We had Detroit.
I got off of it.
And then Mike at the last minute, right as we're about to go to record, he's like, "Oh no, I don't like this anymore." And we're like,
all three of us
said one.
But I bet him. I ended up
all three of us were like, "Oh, we're betting that." And
No, I went on to the stupid Houston team that found a way to blow their brains out in the last minute of the game. Or the coach that had first and goal at the 1 and he threw it 3 times instead of like run 3 quarterback sneaks. Yeah, Houston, they found a way to lose. That was like the Ravens Bills all over.
Mike. Okay, wait. My number 1 pick, I'm going off script, guys. It's not a game. It's an over-under. Miami, with their vaunted defense, is heading to Buffalo against that pathetic offense. Oh, wait. Miami at 1 point, I believe the first 12 possessions of this season against their defense, the opposing team scored all 12 times. So the over-under is 49.5. It was last night. It is today. So I like the over in this game. I think Miami's offense is pretty solid. They're going to somehow put up somewhere between 17 and 21 points. And Buffalo might just win this game 40-17. So I love the over, and that is my pick. Danny, post all 4 of our picks. Woodley, can you tell people where we can pick up this podcast?
Yes, be sure to immediately subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcast. Those are the 2 I know of. All the other podcast platforms, and then also vsin.com/podcasts. But definitely subscribe to the podcast as well. It helps the numbers.
Please do
Subscribe.
Okay, Woodley, what do you got on this over? This 49.5, Miami at Buffalo.
Throwing a curveball at us here with these over-unders.
Yeah. First over-under in history right here.
I leave a spoiler. I think Buffalo wins by a lot, but I think they win by a lot in Miami doesn't score a lot. So I kind of like the under there. For just what I just said, I think Buffalo smokes them, but I think that Miami team is bad. I mean, that coach is getting fired. They're dead men walking. Like Tua is about to get. I mean, Tua's owed a lot of money, but like, man, they're in bad shape. They're in like Tyreek. I'm not joking about this. Like Tyreek might go to jail for a long time, and this is not. Sadly, it's not
domestic violence. Whew.
It's not the first time for him either. It's just a mess there. I don't know. They kind of have to just like start over, and they're in cap hell too because they gave Tyreek a lot of money and Tua a lot of money. So you have a receiver that hasn't done anything in 2 years. They have a quarterback that hasn't done anything, and he's injury prone. Man, just I'll take the under just because I honestly.
A-Chain, he's gonna rush. Right, he's gonna.
I mean,
what about Tua?
Well.
I said Tua. I mean, listen, A-Chain, like your running back's not going to do much when you're down 21 points the whole game. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you abandoned the run game for the sake.
Go, Mikey, go, Mikey, go. What do you think?
Okay, listen. Tua was 26 of 32 for like 300 yards. Okay, yes. Yeah. On the last possession, the running back doesn't step out of bounds. They win that game. After the first two possessions of the game, when they were down 15-0, they basically held New England in check for all but like one drive the rest of the way. I thought they made a good adaptate. They adapted well. They went up and down the field, but then again, the Raiders went up and down the field on the Patriots. So you're looking at the Bills, who gave up 10 last week. Looked like they, again, before Fields was knocked out of the game, he was 3 of 11 for 27 yards. So it looked like they really said, listen, we gave up all this to the Ravens. We got to tighten up that defense. And they did. They spent a lot of money in the offseason to fix that defense, especially that back end. I think that they're going to score their normal 30. I just don't know if Miami will get to 20. I'm going to go on the under here because they made this line big, expect people to go over, and I'm going to go under.
Let me make some.
I will say this. Go ahead, Cantu. I want to say this too. I want you to make sense, but I also want to say that usually the amateurs bet the overs. It's not a smart play, but go ahead, Cantu. Make sense.
I will make some sense of this. Miami, I've been seeing it the whole time. There's something wrong in the locker room there. I don't know what it is. Tyreek Hill, did anybody see the question the reporter asked Tyreek Hill? Well, like, it's something to the effect of, why do you think it is that you haven't, it's been over 1 calendar year and you haven't got a catch for over 30 yards? Can you answer to it? And of course, Tyreek got all pissed off. I thought it was kind of cute. I didn't realize.
He went off last week. He had
this was the week before.
Oh, the week before. Okay.
Well, I don't think much of New England. I'm going to put it there. I like the under here, and it's a Thursday night football. The Thursday night football usually is sluggish on the offense. Yeah. I'm going to go with Buffalo 42, Miami 0, and we're about to see when this goes down 42-0. We're about to see. I don't know that Miami crosses the 50-yard line. And this is supposed to be a really good offense. It is going to be an absolute blowout. I'm not even getting into Survivor. There is no chance Miami wins this game. It's going to be ugly. Everybody's going to turn it off at halftime, and that's it.
Okay. Only one person likes this pick. Me, my pick. 3 are against me. Okay, it's the old 3-1. All right, now we're going to go to our second best picks, starting with Mike the Mouth Madison. What do you got for us, Mike?
My number 2 pick, and I'm really mad that I didn't bet it when the line first came out, but I did take 7.5 with the Cleveland Browns against the best team in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers. Why did I do this? Well, the Browns defense looks legitimately the best defense in the NFL. Now you could say, well, they lost 41-10 last week. And I looked at the stats, and they had 200 yards of total offense. And I'm like, how could a team score 41 with 200 yards of total offense?
Good question.
And then I realized block punt for a touchdown, fumble return for a touchdown, interception for a touchdown. So 21 points were off those things right there. Then the defense was an absolute monster. And we all know the Green Bay now is coming off of a 10-day, okay? Those 10 days are usually good when you're facing an opponent that you're looking up to. This is a spot that Green Bay, with 10 days off, going into an 0-2 team that just lost 41-10, you're getting 7.5 points. It opened 8. I took 7.5, and I bet this already. I got 2K plus the 7.5. This defense is a monster. I really believe you're going to see like a 17-14 game or 20-17 game, kind of like the Cincinnati game was, except they got a better defense, Green Bay. Now, they could end up causing Joe Flacco to throw a couple more picks and they could blow this game out, but they're going to be at home, and that's a little bit of a difference. And I think being at home, you won't see as many mistakes. The defense will be strong.
Okay,
Mike.
Mike.
Will be into it. There you go. That's my.
I'm going to say this. Have we ever seen it before where we have the number one defense and the worst offense and this at the same time? I think it's a pretty rare thing. And meanwhile, we have like a pretty good defense with Green Bay and a pretty good offense.
Very good
with Green
defense.
Bay.
Probably the number 2 defense in Green Bay.
So yeah, so I think the Packers somehow are just going to blow this game open. They're going to score a defensive touchdown. But I'm going to say that they win by 10, but I'm against you on this one, Mike. The Packers are just too tough. They have had 10 days off to rest, and I think they're hungry still. I think they're hungry. I don't think it's been 4 or 5 in a row where they're going to take their eyes off of the mission in front. So I think Green Bay's going to, and I think they like winning. So I think Green Bay's going to find a way to win this 20-10. Cantu, thoughts?
I like the Browns. I don't love the Browns. I think the line's pretty close. I mean, I think we're talking 28. I'm going to give it like a score like 28-21, something to that effect, 24-17, somewhere right in there. I think the game's actually going to be competitive. I think the Packers are going to come back down to earth a little bit. But what I do think is the most interesting part of this game is I'm going to make a prediction right now. This will be the end of Joe Flacco, which will make the Browns more exciting as Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. I think it'll be Gabriel next. That's more what we need to be looking for a week after this.
Interesting. Now, Woodley, give us your opinion.
Which game? Sorry. These are all terrible, boring games. You're talking about Dylan Gabriel, right?
Packers at Browns. 7.5. I agree.
Larry Gabriel.
Another snoozer, Woodley. Another snoozer.
The NFL slate.
No. Listen. I actually looked at this one. This one feels like it could be a Packers blowout, but give me the Browns and the 1,000,000 points they're getting or whatever they're getting. I think it's like 8.5. Give me the Browns just because I don't know, man. It's at Cleveland. Green Bay's been playing great. They'll win this game, but I mean it's pretty hard to just blow out 3 teams in a row like they've done. I think they come out a little sluggish. I think they come out healthy because they've had a long layout. Cleveland actually hasn't looked as terrible as everyone thinks. I think Flacco is, I don't know, like 8.5 is a lot of points in the NFL, and it's also on the road. So give me the Browns reluctantly, but again, I will not be watching a minute.
Okay, Woodley. Okay, Woodley. All right, it's 3-1. Helmuth is on the side of the favorite. All right, Woodley, listen, we love you, Woodley. It's 1 a.m.
Helmuth's on the side of the favorite? Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Hard to believe on the side of the favorite. We love you, Woodley. Hey, Woodley, we're going to wake you up.
Phil, I want to give you some credit real quick. Out of 120 people, Mike, your square Phil over here, what you call square peg Phil, is in 9th place. You guys, let's give him a little credit right here. Mike, give us some credit.
This is what he does every year.
Mike doesn't.
After 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he's like, usually, actually 2 years in a row, he's been in first place by week 4. And then by week 10, he's like either in last place or in the bottom 5. Because all the favorites.
I will say this. All right, I'm going to give you my second pick. But I will tell you this. Cantu said something I thought was pretty interesting. He was looking 1 week at the lines, and he said, Phil, it kind of looks all like gibberish to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Gibberish. Like you just have to guess on every game. And I looked and I was like, oh my God, this looks a little gibberish. But I'm going to go with this is an exciting game, Woodley, because they're hosting the Detroit Lions and the line is currently 5.
Oh, that's a good game.
I'm going to take the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens, and I am going to I'm going to root for the Lions to win the game because of my season bet is $25,000. But the worst thing that could happen is somehow, is the Ravens with 3, and I lose my pick of the week. So Woodley, my number 2 pick. What do you think of it? It's the Ravens -5 hosting the Lions.
I think 5's too many. I think the Lions actually, there's a lot of, after week, everyone makes grand proclamations after week 1. I also maintain you don't know what a team is till after week 5 because they don't really play preseason and they definitely don't practice. So it takes a while to get in the swing of things, so to speak. I think the Ravens win. I think 5 is just too many. I think Detroit is too aggressive to lose by that many. And again, with 5, I mean, again, it can be, they could be down 11 with a minute 5 left and they cover it. 5's a scary number when you're facing a good team. And like Detroit is still, maybe they're down a notch or 2. That's still a good team. This is a game between 2 very good teams. And if someone's getting more than 4 or 5, like give me the underdog. But it's a tough one. I will be watching this game. This will be a good game. I will watch all of this game.
I brought a good game to us, Mikey.
Thank you for doing that at the very least.
This game, I saw this line. The line opened 6. I said, you know what? This is way too much, way too many points. And then I went over it in my mind. I said, okay, I'm going to go bet it. And I go and bet it. And it said 5.5. And then it said 5.5 minus 20. I'm like, well, I was just 2 seconds ago. I don't like laying juice. Well, I'll wait. Then I go and click again. And now it went down to 5. So smart people jumped on this at 6. It's now 5. I don't see in where the Ravens are 5 points better than this. This team's a juggernaut. They just won by 30 something and they scored 7 touchdowns. It's not like the Ravens. The Ravens had 200 yards of offense against Cleveland, and they're all 21 of their 41 points were off crazy stuff: block punt, fumble return, touchdown, pick 6. I think that this game is coming to the wire. I think both offenses are going to be able to put up a lot of points. And you want to talk about totals? This is a pretty high total. I think
love the over 52.
I mean, you want to go with an over. This is one, but Detroit they clamped down on the Bears after they scored on the first 2 possessions, and their defense looked great. Give me Detroit plus the points. This game is going to be a field goal game or less. It's going to be a great game to watch.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this one, and our text group will be exploding with comments. And it could go ahead, Cantu. I want your opinion on this. I just want to say that
this is the only good game or better of the week. This might be the worst slate of NFL games of the week. The first 2 weeks were so loaded, it had to be coming soon. Not only do I think Detroit's going to stay within the points, I think Detroit wins this outright. I think there's a chance it's the highest scoring game of the year or one of them, top 10. I like a 38-35 last second field goal, must see TV, Monday night football. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. Up and down. Give me Detroit.
Cantu. I just have to say this. One of these things is not like the other. That's the 3rd pick in a row where 3 of you went one way and I went the other way. I believe I took the favorite in all 3 cases. All right, we have to come to our friend. Yeah, we'll come to David Woodley now. Number 2 pick.
Yeah, we're going to another game I'll watch. It won't be good, but at least it's a good team. I'm going to the Buffalo Bills, 12.5 point favorites over the Miami Dolphins, which I just took the under on. It's at Buffalo. I mean, there's just, it's a short week. I mean, Miami's just in complete shambles. Buffalo looks like a world beater. I think Buffalo just comes out, gets up big early, and doesn't relinquish it. I mean, this just feels like they're going to come out. They know it's a short week
game, and it is the Miami season on the line.
They know it's a short week for both. They know they have a long rest after. I think this is I mean, I don't know what the first half spread is. I would actually like to even more, but for this, I think they get up by like 3 touchdowns early in the game, and maybe they go back and forth a little bit, but they don't ever. It never gets close. It's just Buffalo looks great, man. Like Josh Allen looks on a mission to win like back-to-back MVPs, and I know they're going for the Super Bowl and to make it, but at the same time, like this is a great game for him to pad some of his stats. So I think. Man, Miami's bad, dude. It's a bad team, and Buffalo's so good, and it's a lot of points. But sometimes sometimes in these games they win by like 30, and you're like, "Wow, why was I not on that?" And I'm not going to miss it this time. So
Yes. Josh Allen is unstoppable. He's unstoppable. That's why I like the over in this game. But I also pick Woodley. I mean, laying the 12.5. I guess surprise, surprise. But I will say this: all the big favorites covered last week bigly. And I just think it's a
2 weeks in a row, all the big favorites.
Yeah. And so I was not on all the big favorites last week, unfortunately. But this week, I'm with you 100% on this, Woodley. And I do think it's going to be again like a 40-20 deal. But I don't think they're going to be able to stop Miami. But that's just my opinion. I still love your side of this. I'm laying 12.5. Buffalo hosting Miami. Mikey.
I'm all in on Buffalo. I have them minus 11.5 to win 10,000 in my season total. They have the softest schedule going forward. With that said, you guys are saying how bad Miami is. Again, after the first 2 possessions against the Patriots, they were the better team. They lost because they were so excited about the punt return that they forgot to defend the kickoff return. And that's just a fact. And they should be 1-1.
Entertaining.
Yeah, and they should be 1-1. Instead, they're 0-2. It's a division game. They know their season's on the line in a division game. This isn't the Jets that has Fields who stinks and the backup quarterback who stinks that they scored 10 points. And I mean, they won 31-10. Miami could score, and their defense looked well after the first 2 drives. I think this is going to be a close game in a division game. I do think Buffalo wins. I think they win by like 6 points. I think it's going to be, I'm going to go with 27-21 Buffalo.
No chance. I should have made this my number 1 pick. I went back and forth about the other 2. The more after hearing everybody.
The line has moved though from 13 to 12.5.
I'm not going to change. Thank you, Mike. I'm not going to change it, but I should have made this my number 1 pick. That's how much I believe in this. The Bills. How is the AFC East always just so bad? Have you guys ever? I mean, the Patriots had it so easy. You want to talk about the 3 just close to worst teams in football? Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. Really bad. I mean, there's a chance the Bills go 16.
You see, they're always like that's a bad division. The Patriots won like 1 million Super Bowls in like 15 years. It wasn't that long removed.
Miami before, but Miami was really good until Tua got another concussion, and he played well last week.
The AFC East for the last 25 years has maybe had like 2 or 3 good years. It's always the division's a runaway. Nothing's going to change this time. Dolphins, I had higher hopes. They look bad. The whole AFC East is bad. This is going to be a massive blowout. Get ready to turn it off midway through the second quarter. They're going to be 4 touchdowns down.
Okay, all right. So we have 3 of our number 2 picks. We're going to need Cantu's pick, but Woodley. Can we talk a little bit about Edge Boost? Edge Boost, a great sponsor of ours, is basically a debit card. So I played World Series of Poker tournaments. I pressed a button and $100,000 went from my bank account right into the debit card. And then I used that to sign up for World Series of Poker tournaments. Anything to add to that, Woodley?
Yeah, I mean, they also get a 0.5% cash back on it. They can move $250,000 a day on it. And then also, what's nice, what brings it all together is this contest that VSiN is doing called the Average Joe Contest, where if you go to vsin.com/Joe, you can enter a contest where you pick 7 games against the spread each week. And if you win it, win $500. But if you have an Edge Boost account or sign up for Edge Boost before it, you'll actually win $1,000. And actually, the week 1 winner that came through actually had a Edge Boost account, so he won $1,000. We gave it to him. I don't have his name on it. We'll shout it out next time. But we'll throw it there. So
Woodley, can I just say, I think we did a really good job of promoting Edge Boost there. So I'm going to give you a virtual high five for that. Cantu, we're going to you for your number 2 pick.
Number 2 pick, another boring game, is the whole slate's boring. Steelers, it really is. It's a terrible slate. Steelers at Patriots.
It is.
Right now, if you look around, you can find Steelers money line. And it's not so much that I love the Steelers. I'm really anti-Patriots. I know it's at New England, tough place to play. I do think it's going to be a good game, at least. I'm not thrilled about Aaron Rodgers, but I'm thrilled enough as long as the Steelers don't make like big mistakes, they're going to win this game. And I can't even describe how down I am about the Patriots. Just what I'm watching, it's not winning football. I don't even think they're good. I know, like, what was their preseason line? I think like 8-ish. It was, I think 8. I don't know that they're going to win 5. Well, maybe they will. They probably will just because they're in the AFC East. They'll get a few accidental games. The Steelers, I think, are going to have better days than they played against the Seahawks. I think they bounce back, get the win right here.
Okay, so Cantu, you're saying you're betting it at minus $1.20. No juice. I mean, no, you're not taking any.
Yeah, it's money line minus 115. Right, like small, tiny.
Now, I really hope, because I have a big bet on Pittsburgh to win a certain amount of games, and so I need Pittsburgh to win. However,
me too.
I'm a little bit disappointed after watching him the last 2 weeks. And I watched that New England running back. Man, what's his name? He was just breaking stuff, dodging people. God, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait, they have him in the back. Oh, no, he got 10 yards. And so it's a little bit hard for me. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna begrudgingly like Pittsburgh, but I just, it's one that I'm not gonna bet. And I will watch it only because I need Pittsburgh to win so many games. I need him to win 9 games for like $15,000. Mike, what do you think of this pick?
I don't know what you all bashing the Patriots. They had the stinker against the Raiders opening week. I thought they played really well against Miami. Even when once Miami got back in the game and started scoring, they never lost it. They kept the running game going. They ran the ball great. And Pittsburgh ain't stopped anybody. They got 31 points to Sam Darnold and that dog shit offense. Like, scored 10 against.
Well, Mike, remember we were talking about that. This is like the 27th best team in the NFL, the Patriots, versus the 29th best team in the NFL, Dolphins. I mean, I don't see. I didn't think that
Pittsburgh has shown me nothing on defense. If you look back the last 5 games last year, 4 of the 5 they gave up over 27 points. Now to start this season, they've given up 32 to Justin Fields. He was 3 of 11 for 27 yards. That team couldn't get a yard last week. This Pittsburgh defense, there's something broke with them. They lost.
What happened, Mike? What happened?
Hold on.
Losing Mika Fitzpatrick was huge. Losing Mika Fitzpatrick was
huge. Mike,
huge.
they still have Watt. They still have Watt.
Seven of the points were because the guy forgot the rule. Did you see on the kickoff? He just let it go over his head. Yeah. It dies at the very back. The guy just doesn't.
Seattle was able to go up and down the field on him. I don't like this defense.
I agree with you.
Aaron Rodgers against, and we knew Seattle had a good defense. This is why I was big with Woodley on Seattle last week. I thought he had the right side, but. I just don't. You're going in the Patriots, and with that, if that defense plays the way it did last week, they're going to have another loss. If that defense steps up and Rodgers plays well, they'll win. Give me the Patriots. I can't take this Pittsburgh team until they fix that defense.
I will say that
defense is embarrassing.
5 yards.
Even Ben, the biggest Steeler fan says this is the worst he's ever seen a Steeler defense look. That's what coming from Ben.
The last 5 years.
I just want to point out that I will be going to the Air show this weekend with my kids and wife, and it's gonna be great because again, another game I just have zero interest watching because it's 2 bad teams. On that note, it's 2 bad teams, and when there's 2 bad teams,
I love it.
When there's 2 bad teams, and the home team is an underdog, just go with the underdog in it, which is the Patriots. Dude, the Steelers aren't good. That defense is terrible. I don't think New England's like good at all either. But again, they're going to be home. That they're kind of feeling good. I guess they got a little bit of momentum with Drake May. I mean, dude, Metcalf is a fucking disaster. Like, let's just like he's had so many drops so far. Like this.
How many drops does he have? I haven't heard that.
He versus Seattle, and then even that first game. Anyways, I know you're
he only had 3 catches, 20 yards. I didn't see that actually.
He had drops.
Seattle
too,
defense completely shut him down.
But and that's a revenge game for him too. And I'm telling you, like this, I've called it the whole time. Like this Pittsburgh team is going to implode. You have Rodgers, you have DK Metcalf. Like these guys are just egomaniacs, and like sure, if they're winning games, it's fine. But this has all the recipes of like the beginning of the end for the Steelers. So just I won't watch it, but give me New England. And on a serious note, I think Drake May. I mean, Drake May has a few things here. He
okay. Looked good. Yeah, he looked good most of that game. He was in control. Good. He didn't make any mistakes.
Danny, post all of our number 2 picks. Okay, we're through our number 1s. We're through our number 2s. We're going to Survivor Pool. We're all geniuses. The whole world is geniuses. 90% of the Survivor Pool players seem to be left. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 88%. Maybe it's 94%. But so far, there's a ton of people left. So we're all geniuses.
Yeah, you guys had Dallas last week. You only needed the coach to implode to win that one.
Lost some picks, Phil. Let's not forget that Mike and Woodley. Who'd you take? The Dolphins week 1. Mike and Woodley is a partner.
I have not lost any picks. Woodley out of the contest.
What Woodley does is part of you.
Woodley should be out of the contest, but he's got 3 picks left, so we're very happy for that.
It's your partner.
He had Dallas. Okay, lost. He had Miami. They sort of lost, and he had the Eagles.
No, Miami lost. No, I had Miami week 1. They lost by like 1 million. So I had this last week. I had Arizona.
Week. Go ahead.
I have like 60 picks. I think I've lost 1.
Oh, there. Sorry, you cut out.
Okay, so Cantu, who do you like in Survivor? You looked at Survivor, Cantu?
I've looked extensively at Survivor, and to be honest, this is one of the easiest picks, easiest weeks. If you want to just make it through, there is a lot of chalky, over 7-point favorites. But the one I really like is Seattle. They're 7.5-point favorites against the Saints. They're not losing that game. If they are, I will be absolutely shocked. It's a Saints team that doesn't know what's going on.
What do you mean? They were 1 possession away from being 2-0. What do you mean doesn't know what's going on?
Like they're not 1 possession. They lost 2 games. They were 1 possession for me.
They weren't.
I don't know what
they had
you're
a chance
about.
to win in both games. They had
just because you had a chance to win doesn't mean you're 1 possession.
They were driving in both games to win. You say they don't know what's going on.
Mike, you think the Saints can win outright? They just can't. They're not winning that game. Not only that, the Seahawks have a really hard Survivor schedule the rest of the way. They almost have no future value. So this is the spot. And I think in these splash contests, I wouldn't be surprised if 40, I'll probably say 40, for sure 40% are going to be taking Seahawks. But sometimes you got to go with the chalk when you got to use like 20 teams to win these things. This is the spot to use them, and they're not losing this game. We're not losing to the Saints at home.
Mike, thoughts? Mike, have you looked at the Survivor schedule, Mike, or not?
I have. And as much as I hate a team on a short week, as much as I hate the team that just lost another offensive lineman, I don't know how Tampa Bay could possibly lose to the Jets, who Justin Fields, who sucks, is out, and who's their backup quarterback that did nothing last week? Who I don't even know who it is. Give me Tampa Bay.
Let me tell you why this is a really poor pick, actually. Tampa, I've looked at their schedule. First off, I think the Jets are going to give them a game. I'm not saying they're going to beat them, but I think that's going to be closer. I think it's going to be closer than you might think. But that's not the reason that I don't like taking Tampa. Tampa has a really soft schedule at the end of the year. They've got in their 2 of their last 3 games of the year against the Panthers. I mean, if you just need they're for sure, almost for sure, going to need to win one of those games. Tampa's not going to run away with the playoff.
You might be right. I might pivot.
Also, they have God, I can't think who it is off the top of my head, but they have in the last 6-7 weeks, it's just cupcake city for Tampa. I would not use them. I would save them till the very end. That's the big reason I wouldn't.
Okay, makes sense.
Nice. Cantu seems to be the smartest so far.
Who do you like, David? Who do you
Woodley,
like in
some
Survivor?
thoughts?
Well, I mean, Cantu's sitting here. He's like taking the chalk with like the Seahawks. Like Seahawks gonna be like,
I did say I
40,
agree.
50.
I said I'm taking chalk, but sometimes you got to take chalk.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 40,
I mean-
50%. You can't really win by going chalk on all this stuff. You have to like make it a little bit different. And I think Seahawks are a good team. Actually, I think the Seahawks have some good value later on. I think especially in a couple of these other contests where you got two people.
They have zero value later on. I don't see that at all.
I think you have 4 easy choices, but I think you're going to gain leverage by picking one of the ones that aren't the Seahawks. I think Seahawks obviously like feel really good. You covered that. The Bucks are interesting because I actually don't trust the Bucks a ton throughout the season, but I trust them against the Jets, who are terrible. So I actually like that pick. You have the Packers. I believe they're not going to lose the Browns, even though I took the Browns 8.5. Like they're not going to lose the Browns. But then you have the Bills, right? And
Bills are not.
Yeah, the Bills have a lot of value later on. They do have a lot of value later on, but
I want to try to
Bills
say
and Packers.
they won't lose this game. Like if you want a sure thing, you want to like make yourself a little bit different. The Bills are a way to go.
You can't use the Bills.
I mean, if you just want to win and you don't want to win the contest, you use the Bills this week. There's just too many.
No. You
Right, but if you want to win the contest, you can't use the Bills.
What team?
No, I have one $50,000 pick.
Everyone's going to use them. Everyone's going to use them next week when they're at home against the Saints. But then you don't really have another good chance to use them. Like if you look at their schedule the rest of the year, you have to use them in the next 2 weeks unless you want to save them for week 19 or whatever it is when they're at home against the Jets. Like every other week, they're either on the road or they're playing someone good at home, like the Chiefs. I don't know if you want to play them at home against the Patriots. So you have to use the Bills one of these next 2 weeks, and nobody's going to use them this week is what I'm saying. So like you want to make yourself a little bit different, take the Bills.
No, I'll tell you, if there's one cute pick, if you really are like, if you want to be a real contrarian, want to get cute, if I had to get cute, and it's possible, I will use one of my 10 or 15 picks. Indy at Tennessee, it's a 3.5 point line. You
can't take road division teams in Survivor. I've told you this.
Thank you, Mike. But if you
for the Vikings week 1,
we went over that in past episodes. But if you want to get cute, you think maybe a lot of upsets are coming this week. 3.5, you'll be on a completely different path. Maybe use Seattle somewhere else. I wouldn't do it, but that's the cute pick if I had to give one.
You know what? They are my number one.
Is there any
pick.
value?
Maybe I will take them.
Indy might not be such a bad play. I'm going to have to take a look at the rest of the year because, like, it's nice to kind of get some of these teams out of the way early.
David, remember when we were talking on the phone? I said we've gone through 2 weeks with no upsets of these big favorites. I said there has to be some upsets coming this week.
No, I don't think it's coming this week either.
So what are the teams that look good that could be upset? Okay, Seattle, because they look good against a dog shit Pittsburgh team. I mean, the Saints have been right there in both games. Okay, and even the team that I picked, Tampa Bay, I don't think they could lose, but they did lose another offensive lineman, and you lose, and it showed. Look, I mean, Baker was mauled the second half. They didn't even score until the last possession there. But the Jets are so bad.
Let me tell you, I think this is going to be another week of all chalk. This is the chalkiest week that I've seen. Here's the big upset. I'm going to give you an upset pick that I would not do. Atlanta goes at Carolina. We didn't talk about this
I love
game.
Carolina.
Atlanta's
that was my third best
-5.5.
pick, by the way.
I love Carolina in this game, and I love Carolina.
Yeah, I almost picked that. Right.
I almost picked that too. That was my third pick.
Yeah, I love Carolina.
Wait, what's the line on the Carolina game?
5.5.
What's the line, Atlanta?
It's Atlanta.
Wow, so you guys all like Carolina. And I like Atlanta.
That line opened 6. The line opened 6. The last I saw was 5.5 and some 5s. And this is the perfect spot. Atlanta coming off a big road win. They look dominant. Carolina really looked good in the second half. Bryce Young looked good. A home dog with basically their season on the line. I would not.
Is it a Super Bowl?
I think we're going to come back this week.
It wouldn't shock me if Carolina wins this game. That's all I'm saying.
All chalk this week.
Okay, guys. Okay. It's time. We have David Woodley, a massive trooper, 1:30 a.m. on the East Coast. He stepped up. He has young kids. His wife's ready to punch him, but he showed up for us.
Who's your survivor pick, Phil?
Well, I don't mind Seattle. I don't mind Tampa Bay. I think you guys gave me some good ideas, and I had to film all day today, and I had to film all day yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to look at the Survivor set. But probably after this, I'm going to go post a bunch of them because I like to just get all my Survivor stuff, make sure it's all posted early, and I'm going to take a look at some of the schedules. But listen. This was a really well done. We've been disconnected 15 times because of me in Reno. My fault. I was also managed to fight with everybody on the podcast somehow. Mostly my fault, and except Cantu. Cantu is actually amazingly the most neutral guy of all, and so we made it
you're off.
to
He
the
was saying how happy he was.
Am I somehow the voice
that he
on this podcast? Phil, am I like the Robin Quivers, the voice of Remus Brady?
You are never the voice of reason except this week. You had your week, Cantu. You were the voice of reason for an entire week. Well done, folks. We'll see you later from Las Vegas, from Reno, from New Jersey. The Fade Us podcast has spoken.